Good day. Wow, that kind of popped my eardrum. When I shouldn't have done that right. I should have done that over here, not here. Anyway, good day YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino beer review. My beers are over there. They're far away. I gotta bend over and grab them. We're gonna do two beers real quick here. So, sorry, you're gonna just hear me for a second as I look to see what I want to do. What ones do I want to do of these ones that are over here? You know what? We have picked, first and foremost, from Wellington, try a Wellion. This is their fine Italian Pilsner, and it is 5.5% alcohol by volume. You know what? I know if you watch my older reviews and all that, I always brought up the fact that Pilsners were boring, and that was my main complaint about them. It wasn't so much the taste. There was some that the taste was horrible, but to me at least. But it wasn't so much the taste, it was they were just so boring. And now as I'm getting older, this year I'll turn 40. As I'm getting older, I find... Fuck, I'm old. I find Pilsners more and more acceptable. That being said, I don't understand why you fix something that isn't broken. You had Czech Pilsners, you had Bohemian Pilsners. Why did we need an Italian Pilsner? And what the fuck did Italian Pilsner bring to the table? I've been in the Arctic. This is my third year in the Arctic, so I'm at 2.5 years or so now. But this will be year 3 in the Arctic. I am so out of the loop that there's all these new styles starting that I didn't know about. And I'm trying to catch up, and it's just not happening. Anyway, what do we got here? Barley contains barley, may contain wheat. How the okay, and I know why you say may, because you use wheat in your brew house, so it may contain wheat. But how the fuck don't you know if you put wheat in the beer or not? Is it a free-for-all? Is your brewmaster just, like, beating off in the corner, or fingering herself in the corner if it's a woman, and all the brewers that are there are like, hey, let's put wheat in the beer, let's put wheat in the beer. Like, how the fuck don't you know if there's wheat in the beer or not? You're supposed to have detailed notes so you can make the beer again if you want to, the exact same way. How don't you know if there's wheat? That's all I have to say about that. Now, Wellington, I don't know if they still do it, but they were always, and you could usually tell, Wellington did contract brewing for a while in their brewery, and you could always tell a Welly if you were a Welly contract brew, if you were well versed in Welly, because Welly only let you use the Welly house yeast. I don't know if they still only use their Welly house yeast, but if they do, it's kind of weird that there's all these new... Because that's a Welly as well. There's all these different styles coming out, and if you're only using the one yeast, you can't fully do every style of beer out there. So they have to, I would assume, and I know assuming makes an ass of you and me, but I have to assume they have at least more than one Welly house yeast at this point, just to do that, or they're just... maybe they have one lager yeast and one ale yeast, and they're both very versatile. I don't know. I'm talking too much. I gotta hurry up because my wife and my kids are waiting for me. Not crystal clear, but pretty clear yellow color. Bright white head. Really no snap, crackle, pop. That smells like a pale ale. There's some fruitiness. There's orange, grapefruit, and straw. Glass. Not really anything. Slanche. Yeah, that's more like a IPL than an Italian well, I don't even know what an Italian Pilsner is supposed to be. What really differentiates... I can't even talk today. What makes an Italian beer an Italian beer? What flavor profile makes an Italian style? Because the Italian beers I've had is like Birra Peroni and shit like that, and Birra Moretti, and just beer. It's just beer. There's no real flavor. It's just beer. So what actually constitutes an Italian Pilsner? And I've seen a lot of Italian Pilsners lately. I've also seen a lot more Pivo Pilses coming out, which is new Pilsner, I believe, is what somebody told me it would basically translate out to. Is that what an Italian Pilsner is? Just like a hoppier Pilsner? And if that's so, if a hoppier Pilsner is an Italian Pilsner, why isn't it an American or a North American Pilsner then? Because even when I've had Italian craft beer, it hasn't been all that hoppy. And this is pretty damn hoppy. Light-bodied. Easy drinking. Grapefruit, orange, pineapple, grapefruit peel. It's not a bad beer. It's just odd. Out of 10, 7 I would buy it again, but I'm just lost. Anyway, Sláinte. Bye-bye.